As you can see by the title, today is a bit of a different video. I want my viewers to know a bit more about me, and I feel like a top 10 favorite Pokemon list is a good way to do that, so without further ado, let's get right into it. Number 10. Ho-Oh. As you guys know, Heart Gold was my first completed Pokemon game, and Ho-Oh was the Box Art Legendary. Honestly, Ho-Oh could have been around the number 2 or number 3 spot on this list had I actually been a smart player and saved before encountering it. But I didn't. That resulted in me accidentally killing it, and in turn never getting it on my team. That's why it's here at number 10. Overall though, I just love Ho-Oh's design, being based on a phoenix, an amazing mythical animal. Even Ho-Oh's shiny form is amazing. I like the changing coloration of the wings to colors that better represent fire, but the best part of this shiny is the gray added to its beak, tail, and the feathers on its head. This resembles like smoke or ashes, and reminds me of a phoenix rising from the ashes, bringing Ho-Oh's design full circle. Overall, Ho-Oh is a great Pokemon and well deserving of its legendary title. Number 9. While Platinum was not my first game, it still has a very special place in my heart. It was a second chance at the game I had failed to complete, Pokemon Diamond, and I succeeded at completing this game, mainly due to my starter, Infernape. Infernape shredded through most gyms, helping me out a ton with Gardenia and Byron, and just destroyed Aaron in the Elite Four, and just being the deciding factor to the wins I achieved throughout Pokemon Platinum. Infernape's portrayal in the anime is cool too, and along with the fact that the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl anime was the Pokemon anime I started with, this makes Infernape one of my favorite Pokemon at number 9 on this list. Number 8. It was pretty much guaranteed that I was going to have an evolution on this list, and what better evolution than Vaporeon. Its design is just so unique. The fact that it's based on a fish seems basic, but the way it was executed, turning Vaporeon into a mermaid dog, is just so smooth. Also, this was the second Pokemon card I ever got, so that contributes to my nostalgia towards Vaporeon a bit as well. Overall, Vaporeon is just a cool Pokemon that I connect with. The purple in its shiny form is nice, as I like most purple shinies either way. The combination of its shiny and its design puts Vaporeon at number 8 on this list. Number 7. So for every generation, there are Route 1 birds. Basically, these are birds that you encounter in the beginning of the game, and based on their strength, they can help you throughout the game, or for only the first few gyms. Personally, my favorite Route 1 bird is Staraptor. I had one in my Pokemon Diamond playthrough and my Pokemon Platinum playthrough, and neither of them were ever boxed. In fact, I think my Staraptor in Platinum reached around level 75. Back then, that was my second highest level Pokemon, only second to my level 80 Infernape. My Staraptor was so powerful, knowing moves like Close Combat and Brave Bird. Pretty much was the Pokemon I used to beat the Elite Four, since Infernape only really helped with Aaron and a few select Pokemon afterwards. Overall, Staraptor looks cool, is a powerhouse, and carries a lot of nostalgia with it, putting it at number 7 on this list. Number 6. Greninja. What can I say about this ninja frog? What else can you ask for from a Pokemon? At least design-wise. There's a reason this Pokemon is in Smash 4 and will be in Smash 5. It is iconic to the Pokemon series, and is special to me as well. I picked it in my Pokemon X playthrough, and along with my Charizard, who sadly did not make this list, it just crushed everything that got in its way. Knowing moves like the Water Shuriken, Greninja wrecked Grant and Olympia. On top of all that, Greninja's shiny form is one of the best I've ever seen, with the black to make it seem more like a ninja, and highlighting its tongue by giving it more of a red coloring. Now, I don't know about you, but I almost cried when Ash Greninja left Ash. Number 5. Torterra. This is the first Pokemon on this list that I think not very many people like. Personally, I don't really understand this, as the turtle Pokemon based on the Earth seems pretty cool and creative to me. While I agree that Torterra's design could be better, Game Freak had the right idea with this one, and its design is still good in my eyes. But I'm sure a few of you have already guessed that Torterra's design is not the only reason I have it so high up on this list. Yes, Torterra was my starter in Pokemon Diamond, making it my first ever starter. It did only reach level 65, but that's only because I was never able to challenge the Elite Four or the champion of this game, also restricting use of the Battle Frontier. While I did eventually trade Torterra to Platinum, it was after I finished with my playthrough of the game, and I did not want to go through grinding it up to a higher level. Still, that does not change my opinion on this amazing Pokemon that is Torterra. Number 4. Metagross. Believe it or not, this is the only Pokemon on this list that I have never used in a playthrough, and it is not linked to any sort of nostalgia. I just love Metagross' design, and even the idea behind it. The Metagross evolution line goes through fusion as it evolves. Metang's arms are 2 Beldums, and Metagross is made up of 2 Metangs. and making it have 4 Beldums as its 4 arms. A little confusing? Yeah, it was to me at first too. But even without that, this Pokemon is cool even at face value. Did I even mention its Mega Evolution? This thing is amazing. When I battled against Steven's Mega Metagross and Alpha Sapphire, I instantly loved it. Even the shiny form is top notch. In fact, Beldum is the only Pokemon I seriously shiny hunted, but still gave up after around 750 encounters. There are just so many things to love about Metagross, and that's why it's number 4 on this list. Number 3. Pokemon SoulSilver was the 3rd game I ever played, and was the first game in which my starter did not absolutely carry the team. While I don't really know how this happened, what I do know is the one carrying the team was the Fire Horse Pokemon, Rapidash. I did rely on my Meganium for a bit at the beginning, but Rapidash just showed itself to be superior in the end. One of the reasons why Rapidash is so high up on the list is that I recently revisited SoulSilver, which was actually unfinished. I was stuck trying to get the Elite Four, but always stopped by my rival, telling me to wait for her. I eventually figured out that I needed to get Lugia, and once I did, I went to the Elite Four and was reminded of how much of a beast Rapidash is. Along with Lugia, Rapidash swept the Elite Four, not having any problems against Lance's Gyarados, where Lugia came in to clean up shop. The blue fire added to his shiny form is a nice touch as well, making Rapidash my 3rd favorite Pokemon. Number 2. Decidueye. That's right, the only Generation 7 Pokemon on this list goes to the Aeroquill Pokemon Decidueye at number 2. Just like most of the other picks, this love for Decidueye is mainly based on its design. Decidueye is an owl archer, and just like Greninja, what more can you possibly ask for from a Pokemon? The grass and ghost typing makes Decidueye even more unique than its counterparts Primarina and especially Incineroar, which is basically the 4th firefighting type starter. I did pick Decidueye as my starter for my playthrough of Pokemon Sun, and it served me well. It helped with Lana as a Dartrix and Hoppley's trial, and served as a pivotal member on my team for most of the game. Like most of the Pokemon on this list, Decidueye's shiny form is amazing as well. I plan to shiny hunt this soon and will always love Decidueye, which is why it is number 2 on this list. Now before I get onto the number 1 spot, I would like to have some honorable mentions. It took me a while to make this list, and I seriously considered putting these Pokemon, as well as many others, on the list. These Pokemon are Rayquaza, Charizard, Blaziken, Giratina, Mudsdale, Entei, and Dialga. But now let's get onto the number 1 spot. Number 1. Now I'm sure this is a bit anticlimactic, but what can I say? I absolutely love every single aspect of Typhlosion. While Cyndaquil is based off of an Echidna, Typhlosion is based off of a Badger, an animal I think is so cute. And who would have thought that a Fire Badger would end up being my favorite Pokemon? While its shiny form is not the best, it is certainly not lackluster. So I do plan to hunt shiny Cyndaquil. Past its simple yet amazing and creative design, Typhlosion obviously has a lot of personal value and nostalgia behind it as well. As you probably know, Typhlosion was the starter in my first ever completed Pokemon game, Pokemon Heart Gold. I named him Blaze just because it seemed like a cool name at the time. Blaze ended up getting so overleveled that my younger self saw no point in using any other Pokemon. This resulted in Blaze being around level 70 by the time the Elite Four came along. Did take me 2 tries to beat Lance though, but only because of Waterfall on his Gyarados, which I did not really prepare for the first or second time around. I just ended up getting lucky the second time and learning Eruption along the way to be able to do some serious damage to the Gyarados since I was at full HP on the first turn. Shortly after, Typhlosion did reach level 100. To this day, Typhlosion is still my only level 100 Pokemon. The only other Pokemon that came close was Greninja at level 85. Typhlosion's stats are pretty good as well, while its actual competitive viability has declined over time, going from overused in Gen 2 to underused in Gen 4 to never used in Gen 7. Typhlosion's domination in its own games cannot be denied. Overall, I just love the entire evolution line, but I especially love Typhlosion, and that is why, at number 1 on this list, Typhlosion is my favorite Pokemon of all time. I really hope you guys enjoyed this top 10 list. It took a lot of time to make, and I really enjoyed making it, so make sure to like, subscribe, and comment if you want more top 10s, or what other content you guys want me to make in the future. Now that that's been said, I think you know what's coming. So without further ado, roll the outro.